Hello, this is George Waddell's Practical Team Sport Assignment 2. Today we're going to be talking about the rules, regulations and equipment needed for football. Okay, let's start. First, personal equipment. This can range from shirts, underskins, boots, shin pads and so on. We'll start with shin pads. Every player must be wearing shin pads. These can be made out of some sort of plastic to provide a small amount of protection on your shins. You can have ankle pads on your shin pads. This will protect your ankles from any bad tackles from opposition. Next, moving on to football boots. These have to be used depending on what surface you're playing on or what the weather's like. If you're playing on 3G, which is Astro, then you'll want slightly smaller studs just for a bit of grip. Next, and they're usually very thin. It's for better ball control and better feel of the ball. Next, we'll move on to Under Armour, underskins. This can be used for additional warmth and also known as compression. Football players can use short sleeve or long sleeve or long bottomed underskins. This will help them keep them warm and compression tights. The only thing is they have to match their playing kit. So if you're a Man United player, you would have to wear a red one to match the shirt. Next, we'll move on to goalkeeping gloves. These are only used by goalkeepers to pad their hands from the powerful shots which players will be shooting at. You can get finger savers, but this is depending on how much you want to spend. Next, both teams must be wearing different coloured shirts to each other. So if you played for Man United, you would have a red shirt like this, with your Man United crest and sponsor, and your goalkeeper will wear a different colour to you and the referee, and a completely different colour to the opposition. The opposition must have a different colour. If they were playing Chelsea usually play in blue, so this would be okay. There would be no problem with this. Next, the shorts. They don't have to match with the kit, with the shirt, but they do have to be knee length. They have to be They don't have to be a different colour from opposition shorts, but it doesn't really matter. Socks. Football players can choose whether to wear their socks higher or lower. They're not allowed to wear them around their ankles, as shin pads have to be completely covered around the shins. Goalkeepers will be wearing a different coloured shirt to the whole of the other team, from both teams and the referee. This is because they have to be distinguished between both teams. So the Man United goalkeeper will be wearing green to avoid confusion between both teams. Next, we'll be moving on to pitch and official kit. Referee must be wearing any coloured kit which doesn't clash with any team. I chose this one because it was black, and most referees do wear black, and barely any teams have black kit. Next, the referee will need a whistle. This will determine how they control the game, and they can blow it up whenever. Next, the referee will also have a red and yellow card. Unlike rugby, the yellow card doesn't mean they have a sin bin for 10 minutes. It just means that they are on a warning. If they get 2 yellow cards, then they get a red card, and they're out of the game for the rest of the game. This can lead to some suspensions if it is a league or cup match. Linesmen must have flags, and each linesman will run half a pitch. On each half of the pitch, there will be 2 linesmen on either side for each defending side. They will follow the offside line, which is the last man in defence. Next, the pitch must have 2 goals, one either end positioned in the middle. They must have a net. This will stop the ball from going behind the goal and possibly injuring spectators. And it just generally makes it easier for the keeper to get the ball out of the net if they're scored. Next, on either corner of the pitch, there will be a corner flag. This is to mark the corner and helps mark out the corner and where the ball will be taken from. Next, each team could have some water bottles for hydration if there's a extended break in play or they feel they need to be hydrated. This is good because it is always good to stay hydrated whilst you're playing football. The referee may also have his own water or so on. Pitch and goal sizes. The pitch can be from 100 to 130 yards long, and the width can be from 50 to 100 yards in width. The goal is 24 foot by 8 foot. It'll be 24 foot in length and 8 foot in height. The penalty spot is in the middle of the penalty area, which is the 18-yard box, and then the little box in front here is a 6-yard box, and this is the goal. The penalty spot is here. The halfway line is pretty easy to establish. This is it. This big thing here is the centre circle. From the centre spot, the radius should be 10 yards, so 20 yards in diameter. The whole width of the 18-yard box is 44 yards, and between the goal line and the penalty spot should be 12 yards. And from the penalty spot to the edge of the D on the 18-yard box should be 10 yards. The yardage of the corner here should be 1 yard, and the distance between the pole and the edge of the 6-yard box should be 6 yards. We'll go on to positions now. These can vary depending on what formation you have. For this formation, it is a very simple 2-3-2-3. Depending on what sort of attack you want to have, or defence you want to have, or midfield, this is a very basic one. Here you have the left fullback, left defender, right fullback, right defender. Here you have the left halfback, your centre halfback, and right halfback. These are also known as midfielders. Left inside forward is on the left hand side and helps the left winger out in play and will play through balls to the left winger. The right inside will do the same as the left, but on the right it will feed the ball through to the right winger, who then can pass it on to the centre forward, who mainly scores the goals and is at the very front of the attack. At the very back is the goalkeeper. He can stay within the 18-yard box here. If he has 2 hands on the ball, then the opposition isn't allowed to touch the ball if he's got 2 hands on it. The keeper is not allowed to move out of his penalty spot with the ball in hand. If he were to move out of here with the ball in hand, it would be a free kick. if he were to drop the ball and kick it from out here, that would be fine because he hasn't got the ball in his hands. The aim of the game for football is to score as many goals as you can in the given time of a 45-minute each half. 45-minute each way halves. The overall time is 90 minutes. Players, there is 11 players on each side. In total, there should be 22 players on the pitch. You can have subs, which can vary from how much. Once the sub has been taken off, it cannot be put back on. Next, we'll be showing you some. We'll be analysing a game of football. This game of football is Brazil versus England in 2013. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.